Welcome to Wine Times, and I'm delighted to introduce you today to Criag Doyle, probably one of Ireland's most reputable broadcasters, and certainly a face that you'll all recognise. Absolutely delighted to have Criag here. Great to see you,
Good to be here. Thanks very much, Barry. Yeah, good to be here.
Good to have you here. So, Criag has obviously got a passion for this subject as well. That's why he's agreed to come along today. But I'm interested, you've been very lucky to have travelled a lot in both your career and just in your personal life. Was there any particular country that you visited that you said, you know, something really special with the culture, the cuisine, or even more importantly, the wines?
The wines are very important. Yeah, well, I mean, every country you go to, you'll find something in there in terms of culture or food or wine or some kind of alcohol. I suppose my favourite place to visit in the world is South America. And my favourite part of South America is Patagonia, way down south. Not a lot there, just huge areas of just beautiful landscape. You get glaciers, you get beautiful glacial lakes, huge mountains. It's a stunning part of the world. And actually, wine is a big part of the culture down there in Argentina, the Argentinian side more than perhaps the Chilean side. And I remember on one particular trip, I was just days on horseback with all these gauchos, you know, and you just ride and ride, and you go to a little shack, and then one of the gauchos would just get a lamb, and they'd prep the lamb essentially just by cutting it in half, light a huge fire, and they just sit this lamb for hours over this fire. And then a knife would be stuck in it, and you'd be given a tin mug, and the mug, you just get this wine, this Malbec poured into it, you know? And it, you know, it's in a tin mug, and it just tastes so good, and then you get your knife and you just go cut a bit of the lamb off, or even slip off a kidney. Fantastic. So basic, so tasty, just a wonderful way to live. Yeah.
Who needs Michelin star restaurants when you have life experiences like
nobody,
that?
Nobody.
Absolutely amazing. Well, that's a great thing about that grape variety. Malbec is one of the great varieties of the world. Very particular to Argentina. The thing about Malbec is it's a very big tannic grape, so in its youth it's quite unapproachable. So they have a lot of new technology for some of the younger Malbecs, technology called thermoflash, which softens it. That makes it much more accessible, because ironically Argentina has only got 2% of the Irish market. Well, when you consider Eva Perón, Gauchos, Maradona, all the imagery we have, it's crazy that it doesn't have a bigger market share when you think Chile is 20%. So we've kind of always wondered what that is, and particularly with a country that loves beef so much as Ireland, we really got to talk about Argentina, and we really got to get you guys out there to try more and more Argentinian wines. So we've got two Malbecs, because that's what Criag really wanted to taste today. Very different, but both from the Mendoza region. Mendoza is 70% of the total crush in Argentina, and put it in context, Mendoza is bigger than the whole of the Chilean wine production. So big area, flat, desert, and only because the Andes are there would there be any wine at all. So thanks to the Andes, they've got enough water, irrigation systems in to produce this desert-like, big rich reds. So when we try that first...
It's funny, I mean, the country itself is blessed, isn't it? It's got all the, you know, the variety of climates there, but everything that nature needs to grow is there, and that's what's beautiful about Patagonia. You know what I love about Malbec as well? You rarely get a bad one.
Yeah.
You know, no matter what bottle you pick up, you'll get a good one. But other ones, you know, the kind of more consumer-friendly ones, you'll always pick up a bad Chardonnay or, you know,
true.
Or Merlot. But these are always good.
Absolutely.
Is that an accident? Am I lucky?
No, it's not. It's because basically it's so warm, they can extract so much flavour, and there's never subtle Malbecs. Malbecs are always attitude, and attitude makes for real sort of fun wines, and people love that. There's no doubt about it. I mean, this is the ultimate barbecue wine. I mean, friends coming around, but they also can go right to the height. I mean, you go to the higher altitude vineyards within Argentina. I mean, Tupungato. We had a thing in Argentina where we weren't drinking by alcohol content, it was by altitude, because it's such a fun thing in Argentina. It's a thing they do really well. They're understanding the cooler the climate, the more preserved of the fruit and more expressive the fruit is. But let's try one of these ones here and see what you think of this, Criag, because certainly in my experience, these wines have been real showstoppers. Now we're starting off with the St.Lucas Malbec, and this wine on the site, you're talking less than a tenner, so this is really good value. And let's get our noses into this one.
It's really inviting, isn't it?
Very much.
It's lovely.
Taste me. Brambly fruits, cigar, smoky, all those things which you shouldn't get in a wine as cheap as this, but you do because of the warmth and the baked fruit nature of the Mendoza region. Let's try this. Criag has promised me he won't spit. What do you think of that?
That's delicious.
And length of flavour. The persistence of the flavour, it's kind of going on and on and on. Spice, pepper, all those things.
Still there, it's quite peppery now actually on the back.
Very peppery now.
Nice.
And as I said to you, Argentina can produce this because it's one of the world's big producers. We don't realise that. It's top 5 producer in the world, but they can produce wines of this quality for this type of price point. Fantastic. Okay. Now
what are you doing?
Oh, sorry, that's sinful. I know. I believe that's sinful. That's too many years in the wine trade, my friend. You know? That's preservation, self-preservation.
That's
I've got to last it through. So that's the St.Lucas.
That's a tenner a bottle, around a tenner a bottle.
Even less. More than, I think
Very
on the
good.
website it's $8.99. So that's a really, really good one for if you want a big gang of friends coming around for a barbecue. You won't go wrong with that. Superb.
And that's only 12.5%, so that's not going to.
That's not your big blockbuster.
Out.
That's
good.
not your blockbuster. But on the other hand, our second Malbec today is much more of a showy style of Malbec. This is the Pascual Tosso, one of the oldest companies in Argentina. It's his Alta Reserva Malbec 2008. And unlike the last wine, this is 14% alcohol. Average age of the vines in this wine is 60 years old. So you're talking their best vineyards. They hand pick it, they go over the vineyard again, and they pick the best fruit. Everything about this is real blockbuster. But is it worth 3 times the value of the last one? That's the challenge we have here.
Look at the colour of it. Already, the colour of it's
absolutely
pretty different, isn't it?
Absolutely. So let's see, does this live up to the expectation? Certainly on the nose is a much more complex nose. Nose, this is handcrafted, so this is brand new oak. They won't use any old oak in this. You can even get that vanilla toasted oaky notes of it. Much more damson and prune, much more autumn fruits than the other one, which would be more summer fruits.
It's softer.
Yeah, absolutely. Beautiful, beautiful.
Can we taste it?
Now let's go for it. Yeah, I won't spit this one. Oh, getting a knife and a fork in my head. Oh, that is big. Big wine.
That's amazing.
But big and not clumsy. Sometimes it's easy to be big and baked, but there's ripeness of fruit, there's integration of oak, the tannins aren't overly aggressive. It's only 08. It's only got a couple of years in the bottle, but after the period in oak, it's just really, really soft, luxurious. That is definitely the sit down, as I used to call these wines, the Saturday evening wines where you're sitting down watching a really good chat show on our local.
Do you know of any?
I think there's some good ones in our country, and that's cheese board, glass of wine, life is good.
Or a really nice piece of steak. So maybe some black beans, if you can learn how to do black beans South American style with that.
Fantastic.
A little bit of pork rind in there. That
Gauchos.
Oh, hey,
gauchos.
let's.
This is cowboy wine. This is fantastic.
That's a real. See, that to me, that's a real treat.
Yeah.
That would be a real treat, wouldn't it, to have a bottle of that?
Absolutely fantastic.
Gorgeous.
Well, guys, from Craig at Winetimes, cheers, and hope you enjoy your chance to try these wines soon. Let's launch it.
Let's launch it.